who have given me their support, their help, guidance in discharging my duties. I am really grateful to each one of them for helping me serve the people here and completing my tenure successfully. I know Nagaland has a bright future, and I am sure in the days, months and years to come, Nagaland will achieve its destiny.
So what is the one thing most that you will miss about the stage? And what is one thing that you're taking back with you from the stage?
I definitely miss the warmth of this place, the relationships that I forged in the last 3 decades. They are my most cherished treasure, and I really miss them. But I hope to keep coming back to Nagaland and continue my connection with the state, and I'll keep meeting people from Nagaland.
Thank you. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
A very good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen.
To both duty and family. He is a responsible administrator who functions with admirable clarity and order. His systematic way of working, always prompt, always responsive, never leaving a file unattended or a task incomplete, is truly commendable. I often say that Dr. J. Alam is one of the luckiest chief secretaries because throughout his tenure of nearly 5 years, there were no major upheavals or disruptive events that could have derailed the administration. That, I believe, was not merely a matter of fortune, but also a reflection of his foresight and steady leadership. Beyond the office, we have shared moments of genuine friendship. One such memorable was on 4th November 2021, when I was serving as the Agriculture Production Commissioner. We have visited a coffee farm at Sandinu village together with our families, organized by the Department of Land Resources. Dr. Jenny Alam was accompanied by his wife and daughter, and I was with my wife. The visit remained special, a time of warmth, laughter, and authenticate connection. It gives me the opportunity to witness firsthand the strength of his family bond. This woman was not only stunned by him, but also supported and inspired him. The day became abundantly clear that the love and unwavering support of his wife, Huma, daughter Simra, and son Tabesh have been instrumental in shaping the man Dr. J. Alam is today. Dear Dr. J. Alam, as you enter this new chapter of life, we celebrate your journey, your contribution, and your legacy. Now, I shall give time to the following service association for short speeches. Indian Administrative Service Association, Indian Police Service Association, Indian Forest Service Association, Nagaland Civil Service Association, Nagaland Police Service Association. You may take the time one after another.
as I speak on behalf of the IS Association of Nagaland, I have the rare and unique privilege to write the APAR of a controlling officer in about 100 words. We are gathered here this afternoon to acknowledge the long and distinguished service of Dr. J. Alam, who demits office today as one of the longest serving Chief Secretaries of the state in good health and mind, a remarkable feat in itself. Every journey has a beginning, which Sir started some 3 decades ago when he joined the Indian Administrative Services on the 15th of September 1991 at the blooming age of 26. How he fared in the academy and beyond will be better known and most appropriately shared by his batchmate and colleague, Sentianga Sir, as he speaks later in the program. Hailing from the bustling city of Amroha in UP, Sir Alam eventually landed in the quiet hills of Nagaland and has not only become a part and parcel of the state, but also a very dear son and ambassador for the people of the state. In his long career spanning over 3 decades, Sir Alam has shown sharp administrative acumen in steering the affairs of the state in very challenging times and circumstances. Sir's postings in the remoter parts of the state, especially in districts like Pek, Mon and Gyeongsang, has always stood him in good stead to appreciate better the challenges and the issues in these parts when he later held more responsible positions in the government. I recall my initial association with Sir when he was the Chief Electoral Officer and I was a Deputy Commissioner. I found in him a colleague rather than a senior officer, a mentor rather than a taskmaster, and a guide who was willing to listen and offer help and support. Years later, charged upon with the responsibility as the head of the state bureaucracy following the untimely demise of the former Chief Secretary Leighton Jentoy, Alam Sir had to quickly don the heavy cap of the Chief Secretary during a rough time as the state was gradually crawling back to normalcy from a protracted period of aquatic COVID pandemic. But riding on his rich experience amassed over decades, Alam Sir seamlessly assumed the office and provided a sharp leadership to a yawning vacuum that had been created. And since then, he has been the torch bearer for the state government, providing admirable captaincy and infusing sanity to the complex challenges that confront the state today. His keen sensitivity to the subtle social dynamics among the Naga communities has earned him a resounding record as a leader who appreciates all aspects before taking critical policy decisions. His cheerful relations with both senior and junior officers has earned him a fine degree of being a jovial master as opposed to a hard taskmaster. Getting the work done without having to really assert his authority and position reflected his shrewd managerial prowess. He has been a guide and mentor to all the junior officers, and the young IS officers in particular look up to him with high regard and admiration. Indeed, the IS Association of Nagaland is proud of him for being a source of light in the vast expanse of administrative realm and for steadfastly bearing the flag of the fraternity to fly very high. A very big thank you to Madam Huma for being the force behind the scene and the strong pillar to Sir, enabling him to give his time and optimum service to the people of the state throughout his career. Thank you, ma'am. Dear Sir, as you draw the curtains to a very decorated chapter of your life, I'm very certain that this will only open up many other windows of opportunity for you to engage and contribute to the society in different ways, and your relevance will only grow bigger hereafter. On behalf of the IAS Association of the State, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir, for your exemplary service and leadership, and wish you the very best that life has to offer as you make this ceremonious exit from your career service. Our best wishes and prayers will always go with you and your family. Good luck and good speed, sir.
On behalf of the IPS Association Nagaland, take this privilege to share a few words on the occasion of the farewell and retirement program of our respected Chief Secretary. The career of an IAS officer has always been aspired for and looked up to, among other things, for its growth, challenges, and diversity of work. As in other parts of the country, we have often admired and have been inspired by the life and works of many illustrious administrative officers, leaders and trailblazers in their own fields. And even in a frontier state like ours, from the early times of the Indian Frontier Administrative Services, we also have seen our fair share of able, distinguished, and celebrated IAS officers who have left an indelible mark and created milestones in the state and in the country. Dr. John E. Alam, sir, may well be placed among this distinguished circle. With diverse experience in some of the challenging districts of the state and in demanding times, he has been part of what is often regarded as the most critical and visible face of the government of Nagaland, as Home Commissioner, as Development Commissioner in the Finance Department, and as Chief Electoral Officer. He has also held responsible senior positions in various ministries of the central government. Though I never had the opportunity to work and interact directly under Sir, however, one small experience I had encountered with him I share in all humility. I was in the districts when Sir assumed the Chief Secretaryship, and immediately I remember he visited all the districts by road on a statewide tour and met and interacted individually with all the administrative, police, and other department officials and tribal bodies. This showed the commitment and vision he had for the state. We hope, sir, that what you had envisioned have been fulfilled to a fair or larger degree. As a policeman, and from the view of the police department, I assumed our Chief Secretary, sir, had a bias for the police. In meetings and interactions, be it state, parliamentary elections, state-level security coordination meetings, law and order reviews, and other forums, he went out of the way to support and give leverage to the police department. He understood the nuances and challenges the police department faced in the state and in the districts, and empathized with the ground level and last mile implementation and executive role of the department. This goes on to show his statesmanship, understanding, and administrative leadership. Sir, I, on behalf of the Nagaland Police, the DGP Nagaland, and the Police Association, humbly thank you for your immense and exemplary service to the state. And as a native of the state, we thank you for being, to quote you, sir, quite well integrated with Nagaland and looking for the best of the state and its people. We wish you the best, sir, and Godspeed.
Our gratitude for the invaluable contributions of an outstanding officer and a tinge of sadness as we bid farewell to our respected Chief Secretary, Dr. Johnny Alam. On behalf of Indian Forest Service and the Department of Forest, it's my privilege to express our deepest appreciation and heartfelt wishes as you step into the next phase of your life, sir. Sir, you have shown us through your actions what it means to lead with integrity, dedication, and humility. You never took shortcuts to success. Instead, you demonstrated that true achievement comes from perseverance, hard work, and unwavering commitment to public service. Whether in remote postings or challenging assignments, you embraced every opportunity, never complaining about the situations but delivering. Your ability to adapt, innovate, and deliver under any circumstances has set a benchmark for all of us. Your leadership was particularly pivotal in guiding our critical externally aided projects like Nagaland Forest Management Project and the KFW project. As chairman of the High Powered Committee and Project Steering Committee of these projects, your visionary oversight and timely advice were instrumental in their success, so much so that they garnered appreciation from the Ministry of Finance. For this and for your unwavering support, the department and the association are almost grateful. Sir, as you step away from the helm of the administration, we also recognize the silent partners of your strength, your family. Behind your remarkable journey stands their unwavering support and sacrifice. To them, we extend our sincere thanks and warmest wishes. And we also take privilege in welcoming our new Chief Secretary, Sri Senti Younger, sir. Sir, on behalf of IFS Association, we wish you a very happy and healthy second innings in your life. Thank you, sir.
Esteemed dignitaries present here, ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense gratitude and heartfelt emotion that we, the Nagaland Civil Service Association, is on behalf of Civil NCSA, I would like to say farewell to a truly remarkable leader, administrator, and cherished mentor, Dr. J. Alam IS, Chief Secretary of Nagaland. Sir, your tenure in Nagaland has left an indelible mark. Many of us fondly remember and recall your days as SU Civil Wakching and SU Civil PEC and Deputy Commissioner of Tuinsang, where your dedication and compassionate administration was shown the true quality of administrative officer. This initial posting has laid the foundation of legacy of impactful leadership. You have served the state in different capacity and you have served the ministry in different capacity. And as Chief Secretary, you continue to innovate, notably by introducing mid-career training to NCS officers that has significantly empowered us to face the challenges and to carry out our assignments. Your leadership has consistently been defined by unparalleled clarity of vision, deep humility, and unwavering integrity. What truly set apart was your encyclopedic knowledge and absolute thoroughness. You didn't just understand the rules, you embodied the spirit of ethical and rule-based administration, consistently advocating for it. From the beginning, you have championed administrative reforms and people-centric governance, emphasizing on transparency, accountability, and efficiency. For us, especially for NCSA and for all the NCS officers, your approach to empowering officers has changed the working perspective and instilled confidence to NCS officers. You didn't just delegate, you built true capacities, instilled confidence, and provided a clear sense of purpose. Many of us can recall instances where your insight helped us navigate complex situations, teaching us how to think critically. You always lead from the front with a quiet and dignified strength, whether grappling with challenging times or driving ambitious developmental initiative in the state. Your calm demeanor doubtful decision making, and profound understanding of the statehood as an unshakable pillar of strength. For all NCS officers, you were a mentor, a guide, a source of support in times of difficulty. Your willingness to listen and ability to inspire confidence, commitment for fulfilling solution even in the most challenging times encourage us to strive more. Beyond your formidable administrative acumen, your incredible approachability and genuine concern for every officers and members has touched us deeply. You were always accessible, sir, ready to listen, and give us encouragement to go ahead to face all the challenges.
Senior officers, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and privilege to stand here this afternoon on behalf of the Nagaland Police Service Association to bid a heartfelt farewell to our esteemed Chief Secretary, Dr. J. Alam, IAS, as he demits office and enters a well-deserved retirement. Sir's tenure as Chief Secretary has been marked by dedication, visionary leadership, and unwavering commitment to the welfare and progress of Nagaland. Under his able leadership, the state has seen significant strides in governance, interdepartmental coordination, and institutional efficiency. The NPSA has had a distinct privilege of working closely under his guidance. Sir, your keen insight into the unique challenges of policing in Nagaland, your thoughtful and informed perspective, and your deep understanding of the complexities of law and order have all been deeply appreciated by the police fraternity. Your emphasis on interdepartmental cooperation fostered a working culture of unity and shared purpose, which greatly contributed to more responsive and effective governance. We particularly acknowledge your consistent support to enhance the efficiency of policing, strengthen the rule of law, and uphold with fairness, transparency, and integrity. Beyond your official duties, we deeply admire your calm demeanor, approachable nature, and genuine warmth with which you engage with officers at every level. You leave behind a legacy of integrity, efficiency, and unyielding commitment to public service, a legacy that will continue to guide and inspire us for years to come. As you step into retirement, we celebrate your illustrious career and thank you for your valuable contributions to the state and to the police service. On behalf of the Nagaland Police Service Association, we extend our gratitude for your guidance and support over the years. We wish you and your family good health, happiness, and continued success in all your future endeavors. May this new chapter of life be filled with peace, fulfillment, and joy. Thank you, sir, for your service. Farewell and Godspeed.
On behalf of all the members of the Nagaland Secretariat Service Association, I bring warm greetings to everyone present here. I take this opportunity to congratulate our Chief Secretary, Dr. J. Alam, for retiring with admirable service record and in good health as well. All that he is as a man and as an officer has been said and dwelled upon by the previous speaker. So on this auspicious day, I would like to share and dwell on our experiences working as his staff and how he encouraged and motivated us. Sir, we the NSS family would like to convey that we are very humbled, and at the very same time, we are very proud to have been called the Chief Secretary's staff. You have endeared us by owning us up. We will always remember this and will try to live up to the name and this privilege with all subsequent Chief Secretaries as well. Sir, you have been a tall figure for us, and we are grateful for the guidance and wisdom extended to us over the years. I'm sure each and every member of the NSS shall remember the kindness you showed to us during our difficult times. Despite your busy schedule, your doors were always open for us. You were always there to listen to our problems and helped us through it all with such calmness and firm words of advice. You gave us protection, and most importantly, sir, you forgave our slip-ups. It is because of you that NSS is in a better position today than it was yesterday. We are grateful to you, sir, and the NSS will honor your memories and legacy by striving to do better in our service to the government and the public by making meaningful impact in our assigned responsibilities. Even as you retire from active government service, we will continue to seek your guidance and assistance whenever needed. And sir, we hope you will be there for us as well. Last but not the least, I, on behalf of the entire NSS family, wish you a very happy and a very fulfilling retired life. And it is a humble prayer that the God Almighty bless you with a very long life with your family, with whom we would also like to take this opportunity to convey our gratefulness for the love and support extended through all these years. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. Thank you, sir.
Sir, today, as we mark your retirement from active service, we also acknowledge and celebrate a legacy that will remain each in the administrative journey in Nagaland. Under your visionary leadership, several critical and long-awaited initiatives for the welfare of state government employees were not only launched but successfully implemented. The Chief Minister's Health Insurance Scheme was operationalized, ensuring comprehensive medical coverage for employees, pensioners, and their dependents, a bold step in safeguarding their health and financial security. The Chief Minister's Universal Life Insurance Scheme was introduced, providing vital life insurance support to employees and bringing peace of mind to countless families. The successful implementation of e-pay bills and the personal information management system brought much needed transparency, efficiency, and digitalization into the heart of employee service management. Most notably, sir, during your tenure, the state government addressed one of the most pressing concerns of the employees community, the fulfillment of 55% DAD areas under the 7 ROP. Thank you, sir. Beyond this tangible initiative, your deeper impact lies in the administrative reforms you champion. You consistently emphasize simplifying government procedures with a clear vision to reduce compliance burden on employees. Sir, your leadership has not only improved the functioning of the government machinery but has also restored faith and motivation among the government servants across all levels. You led not just with authority but with empathy, wisdom, and a sense of purpose that inspired all around you. As you step into a new phase of life, we sincerely hope you carry with you the affection, respect, and admiration of the thousands whose lives you have impacted positively, sir. On behalf of the entire Kensia family and the state government employees of Nagaland, I extend our deepest appreciation, our heartfelt best wishes, and our sincere prayers for your health, happiness, and continued fulfillment in the days to come. Thank you, sir. May your journey ahead be as impactful and inspiring as the remarkable service you have rendered to the state of Nagaland. Thank you, sir.
On behalf of the FOMSISA, to bid farewell to our outgoing Chief Secretary, Dr. J. Alam, for his illustrious completion of service career. Much has been said by the earlier speakers about the so many good qualities of our retiring Chief Secretary. We solemnly bear witness to all that have been spoken about him. For me too, I would like to start with my personal experiences with our retiring Chief Secretary Nagaland by inviting you, sir, back to memory lane. The days you were in Tunsang as Deputy Commissioner. I was also there as SDOPW Thaunoknu from August 1998 to August 2001, 3 years. Sir, if I'm not wrong, I think your DC Tunsang must be one of the most memorable and challenging posting amongst all other postings that you might have experienced in Nagaland. It was during one of the most turbulent times, can even say like being posted in battlefield. There used to be frequent factional clashes and killings. Despite the difficult times, where even the local citizens feared to go out of their houses freely, you handled the situation very efficiently, which is unforgettable even to this day, sir. Sir, I hope you also remember your visit to Thaunoknu, trekking on foot from Noku to Sanglao, together with our then Honorable MLA, 57th Assembly Constituency, Sri Singnu, on 21st April 1999. On the same day, the visit of my Engineer Chief, Engineer Waichuba Ao, and his entourage coincided with your visit to Thaunoknu. However, prior to the day of your visit, I had scouted the road from Thaunoknu to Sanglao, 22 kilometers, and opened a couple of completely sealed gates which were guarded heavily by the VGs as well as by the national workers in some places, not to talk of removing the bamboo sharpened spikes placed in several locations, fully covering the road itself. Thaunoknu town at the time was annihilated and abandoned for more than 3 years, ever since factional clashes took place in June-July 1996. So when I was posted there, I was overwhelmed by a mixture of feelings on seeing the state of Thaunoknu town as well as the village in total ruins. What I actually want to convey here is that our retiring Chief Secretary sacrificed his time and energy by visiting even to these remote places to witness and take stock of the volatile situations that arose from time to time. What I have learned in life is that a person's true colors and capabilities can be assessed only through handling or facing difficult times and not through good times only. Sir, you have earned a lot of respect from the officers of your time in Tunsang, as well as public alike. It is a commendable job, and I personally believe that it will not go unrewarded, as good things come back to people who do good things. May good things come back to you too for the good service that you have rendered during your service career. Sir, the other thing is that FOMSISA is deeply indebted to you for your constant support and good advice that you always have for us engineers. We still remember and look forward to fulfilling your golden advice that you gave us as a guest speaker on Biennial General Conference held on 27 October 2021 at Hotel Japful. To Fonsesa, we feel that our state has been very fortunate to have you served in Nagaland, who could contribute immensely for the welfare of our people. A very down-to-earth IAS officer and accessible anywhere, anytime, be it in the office or anywhere. Even while on journey, you are very open and concerned, even to the extent of giving advice in the flight. As one good friend of mine has narrated, who was a co-passenger of yours, sir. Sir, as you enter into a new chapter of life, I would humbly appeal to take fond memories of your stay in Nagaland and speak well of our people, just as the way some of our bygone bureaucrats have done. Finally, may you be blessed with good health and long life to spend a happy, tension-free life with your dear and near ones throughout your new chapter of retirement living. But before I wind up my brief speech, I, on behalf of Fonsesa, would also like to congratulate the incoming Chief Secretary of Nagaland, Sri Senti Younger Imchen, IAS. Sir, Fonsesa looks forward to working under you in close coordination for the welfare of the people. May God bless you with good health and long life to steward the government machineries towards a progressive Nagaland. Thank you all.
Many wonderful words have been conveyed by our former speakers. I will not repeat it, but proud to say that, sir, you deserve it all. As a government servant, I understand and believe that it is not how we began, but how we finished. Finishing well. And today I'm so happy to see and say that our Chief Secretary has finished well. Sir, heartiest congratulations to you. Last Monday, when I received the message that your Gather Association has been put in the program, farewell program of our Chief Secretary for 5 minutes, I panicked. Because as the president of the association, it becomes my bonded duty to shoulder a responsibility. But while visualizing, standing, facing, and speaking in front of all the highest officers of the state, I don't know what to say, and that makes me more panic. And again, I had 3 sleepless nights. And after serious thinking, an idea struck me. Why not I write a poem for our most cherished and admired Chief Secretary? It took me 1 whole night to write this poem, and luckily, which was filtered by my son. Now, mastering all my courage, literally putting a marks on my face, deaf and dumb, shaking and palpitation so fast, I am standing here. Again, but whereas feeling proud that I am the one to be standing here representing my association and my own behalf to share the thoughts through the poem with you, sir. This poem is dedicated to you by NSSS. I will recite the poem and conclude with that. Hope you will like it, sir. To our Northern Star, you guided us with steady hand, with vision clear and strong command. Through highs and lows, you led us through, a captain, firm, through storm and blue. You taught us more than tasks and charts, but how to relate with human hearts. Your words inspired, your actions spoke. A fire of drive that never broke. With humor sharp and wisdom deep, you sowed the seeds we now shall reap. Though time has come to part our ways, your legacy will light our days. No tuxedo or title would define the grace with which you drew the line between a boss and mentor kind. A rare and truly brilliant mind, our northern star. So here's to all that you have done, to battles fought and victories won. Though doors may close, new paths await, and we'll be proud you shaped our fate. If every we in thought or deed fell short of what your role did need, please know our hearts held no ill will. We are grateful and we are still learning. Farewell for now, our hearts will miss the daily spark, the morning gist. But know wherever you may go, you have left a light that's sure to glow. Make a better place, hail the new world. Though it's plain, this world is beautiful. Pray that our spirits never die. Create a new world with no fear. Together we'll cry happy tears. Be God's glow. Thank you. Dedicated to our Chief Secretary from Nagaland Stenographers Association.
First of all, I thank the Almighty God for this opportunity. Respected Chairperson Sri Wai Jakato Sama IAS Principal Secretary, outgoing Sir Jai Alam IAS Chief Secretary Nagaland, all administrative heads of department and all heads of department, special invitees and staffs gathered here today. I thank Program Committee to give this privilege to Grateful Association to get this great platform. I, on behalf of Nagaland Civil Secretariat Grateful Employee Association, would like to express our sincere gratitude to our outgoing Chief Secretary, Sir, for your various contributions to be financially, physically, and mentally during the years of your service. We thank you, sir, for your mentorship and leading us by example. Your impact extends beyond the walls of this office and deeply into our hearts. As you begin the new journey, your legacy will live on through the countless work you have accomplished with your visions, dedication, and commitment to excellence. We, the Nagaland Civil Secretary Grateful Employee Association, ask for your forgiveness for any shortcoming on our part during your tenure. And lastly, as we bid farewell to you, sir, we wish you nothing but the best in your future. May it bring you as much joy, fulfillment, and success as you have brought to us. Thank you.
I can just imagine that few years from now we will be trotting the same path. From being a civilian to a bureaucrat to again being a civilian, being amongst the people again is a journey which all of us have to complete. I have known Mr. Jane Alam since 95, 96 if I remember. I think our first encounter would probably have been in Dimapur at the residence of the SP Dimapur, then SP Dimapur, Mr. Tripathi, during the troubled times. Somehow we kept in touch, but we really got to work very closely in the past 2.5 years. The Chief Secretary's hat is a very difficult hat to wear. He has to balance the political leadership on the one side with the bureaucratic aspirations and ideas on the other, the public's demands, and also the demands of the various departments which come to his table. I can tell you from my experience, although I am not the Chief Secretary, but from my experience, the problem that we face, it can be compounded into 80 odd times more as the Chief Secretary, because he handles all of us together. I found in him a very calm personality, very measured in his words, always trying to give the right advice at any given point of time. None of us is perfect. Our advices do go wrong, but I think if an advice is given which is right at that point of time, I think it needs to be respected. Thank you, sir, for the advice that you have been rendering. I would particularly like to thank you on behalf of the Nagaland Police, all ranks of Nagaland Police, for having supported us at various times, without elections, during elections, normal duties, and having reposed your trust on the Nagaland Police to deliver goods. I hope Nagaland Police has not been found wanting. We would have committed mistakes, everyone does. If there are any mistakes committed, I, as the leader of the police force, would like to own up for any misgivings on that count. Yes, there are a lot of initiatives that you have taken. As young officers, when we join the civil service, the bureaucracy, we all have cherished desires of where we want things to go. All of those dreams and desires don't come true, but I hope a lot of yours would have come true. I have seen transition to very good things happening in Nagaland, some of them which have been counted by my predecessors like the CMHIS and the e-pay bill. I think things will continue further, things will look up. I wish you and ma'am a very happy, peaceful and healthy retired life. Do remember us in case you need any assistance. I'm sure you may not, but in case you need, all of us here and the Nagaland Police will always be there for any assistance, any help that we can render to you. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for whatever you have done for Nagaland, the people of Nagaland, and all of us in this gathering. Thank you very much.
It is indeed a privilege and an honor to be speaking here today on behalf of the state government to bid farewell to Dr. Jani Alam, the Chief Secretary of our state, who also happens to be my batchmate and a dear friend. I first met Dr. Jani Alam at the Academy in the month of August 1991. He was allocated the Nagaland cadre, and over the years has served the state and the government of India in various capacities with sincerity and distinction. As a batchmate, colleague and friend, allow me to be a bit informal and share a personal anecdote. Jani Alam caused a sensation the first time he came to the Academy and also in Nagaland. The credit for this must go to the newspapers for misspelling his name as Jain Alam. Some of our more adventurous batchmates found out what time he was coming to the Academy. And they were there in person to receive him and get a glimpse of the lady with a Western name. What their reaction was on seeing Dr. Jani Alam, I do not know. I was not part of the reception party. Back home in Nagaland, even before reaching Nagaland, before reaching the state, he was making sensational news. His name gave rise to the impression that two owls had got into the IAS that year, Alam and Imchen. Here's the cake, icing on the cake. When he finally landed in Nagaland, I have on good report that many a senior were disappointed that that lady had somehow, on his way from Delhi to Nagaland, had transformed into a gentleman. That's what you may wanted, so there you are. Dr. Jani Alam has served the government of Nagaland and the government of India in various capacities for about 34 years with distinction. During these 34 years, he served in many departments and organizations. And today he retires as the Chief Secretary of the state of Nagaland, the highest bureaucratic post in the state. He is also one of the longest serving Chief Secretaries of our state, as mentioned earlier by our chairperson. There are many accomplishments to his name, but for the sake of brevity, and since time does not permit me to mention all of them, let me just list some of the initiatives that he started after he became the Chief Secretary. First, seeing that many government employees after retirement were made to chase after their pension papers, he took measures that ensured that employees got their pension papers processed 6 months prior to their retirement. Now it is possible that pensions are settled and sanctioned before the date of retirement, and many have benefited. Secondly, he has conceptualized and launched the Nagaland Solar Mission, dovetailing the Prime Minister's Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana with additional subsidy from the state government, ensuring that residential households are able to contribute to solar power generation and also monetize such potential. He has been instrumental in conceptualizing the launch of a special initiative, the Nagaland Skill Mission, to train and provide employment opportunities for at least 5,000 youth in sectors such as hospitality, tourism, banking and insurance, construction, healthcare, logistics and drone technology. The mission will bridge the gap between education and employability, offering skill loans backed by government guarantees and training. This will go a long way in tackling unemployment in the state and also, more importantly, reduce the state's dependence on labor from outside. As government servants, the spotlight often falls on us, but the sacrifices are shared by our families. Today, as we celebrate the career of our Chief Secretary, we also express our heartfelt appreciation to his lady wife, Mrs. Uma, who has stood by him and is a source of strength and encouragement. Ma'am, your understanding, patience, and sacrifices have played an equally important role in enabling our Chief Secretary to serve the people of this state with such commitment and focus. We thank you for walking this journey alongside him, sharing both the burdens and the joys of public service. Over the years, Dr. John E. Allen has held many important positions, but it was in the role of Chief Secretary that his leadership shone the brightest. He led from the front with utmost sincerity, clarity, and commitment. On behalf of the state government, I express our deepest gratitude to you, sir. May your next journey be filled with peace, good health, and continued opportunities to serve the nation in different capacities. We wish you and your family the very best in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Today marks the closing of a cherished chapter in my life as I retire and formally demit office after more than 3 decades in the service of this extraordinary state. At the outset, let me extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for your thoughtful and touching speeches and precious presentations that you have bestowed on me. I am deeply honored by this gathering, organized not merely as a formal farewell, but as a moment of shared remembrance, professional camaraderie, and heartfelt celebration of our collective journey in public service. It is said that the greatest journey is the one that brings you home. For me, Nagaland has not merely been a posting. It has been a home, a calling, and an enduring inspiration. The terrain, the culture, the challenges, and above all, the people have shaped me as a civil servant and also as the individual that I have become. And as I take this final bow, I do so with humility and immense pride. It seems only yesterday that I joined the IAS in 1991 and got allotted to Nagaland cadre. My friend Santiago just mentioned the interesting part. So I might like to just add to what happened after that. So, as he mentioned, our very senior colleagues, very senior people, they were all waiting with great anticipation to receive a lady officer. So I didn't know this. I didn't know that they were getting confused with my name. So like a shy probationer, I went to call on them, and their immediate hostility really surprised me. And I started wondering, what is it? Why are they so hostile to me? So only later on, my friend Santiago told me that they were actually expecting a lady officer. So that is on the lighter note. But the fact is that my name perhaps was a godsend, because Alem sounded like a very familiar name in Nagaland. And to top it all, you see,
as a Muslim, Alam and Banu are all very common Muslim names. So I also imagined that I am going to a familiar place. So anyway, they say what is in a name? It doesn't really matter. It's the work that we do here that is important. As I reflect on my journey for the last 3.5 decades, I remember when I came face to face with the ground realities of Nagaland, the strength and warmth of our people and the complexity of the challenges that governance must rise to meet. That actually shaped me as an officer. And over the years, I have had the honor of serving as has been mentioned in both the center and the state levels, and I have got support from the state government, the officials, the various tribal bodies, the service associations, and from student bodies, and from all walks of life. And I feel really grateful that everybody has supported me, has stood by me in difficult times and in dealing with the problems of the state. This tenure of Chief Secretary and maybe a year before that when I was Additional Chief Secretary and working with the Honorable Chief Minister, I recall many defining moments of that time. As we all know, we were in the thick of the COVID period and situation was very, very tense and uncertain. All other activities of the government were almost like not functioning, but we were in a warlike situation. So that was the time when we were steering the state through that uncertainty. We have seen many other developments after that, whether it is in terms of dealing with the natural calamities, the climate change, the challenges in agriculture, the challenges in introducing digital governance in Nagaland. These are all challenges that I have tried to address in a small way. I do not know. It is too early perhaps to say that they have been very impactful, but I hope that in the future to come, the initiatives that we have put in place will be taken forward by all of you, and perhaps they will be good for the state. I will not go into what we have done in the past 5.5 years, but then Chief Secretary doesn't do things by himself. It is the departments who actually take the initiative, and my job as the Chief Secretary is to encourage good initiatives, support the officers, and help them in actualizing the ideas that they have. And that is how many of the initiatives that have been introduced during this last 4.5 years, I think the departments deserve all the praise, all the credit for that. I am being named just because I happen to be at the helm of affairs at that point of time. So the time that we have gathered here today is a moment of mixed feelings. Sometimes one feels sad that I am leaving the state, but at the same time I draw comfort from the fact that this is a procession and we are all actually part of that procession. So there is a certain time where you are basically on display, and then your time is past, somebody else is there and it is his time. So like that, I think it has to be taken in our stride. When our time comes, we try to perform as well as we can, and that is what is one's legacy. So I'll remember my time in Nagaland. These are cherished memories. My achievement is not, I have been telling my officers also, my achievement is not counted in terms of how many files I signed or how many circulars I issued, how many meetings I conducted. That is not the achievement. The achievement is how much lasting change, lasting and positive change I brought, and how far it can go. So that has been my philosophy, that has been my motto, and I have worked with that. In the process of my work with all of you, I am sure there have been moments when I have been harsh with people sometimes. Sometimes I might have annoyed you by my words or my actions. So if you have felt hurt by my words or by my actions, I would say please forgive me, because if I have been harsh on you, that's not because I dislike you, but that was in the interest of the state, and maybe under pressure that might have happened. There is no bad feeling in my heart against any one of you, just as I am sure you have no bad feelings about me in your heart. As I leave office, I do not carry just memories, I carry lessons. As many of you have said, change begins with listening. So you have to be a good listener if you want to really make a difference. A lot of things remain to be done, and I am sure my successor, Mr. Sendiyangar, and after him, people will carry the torch forward and will continue to work for the good and welfare of the state. As a citizen, I remain committed to supporting the journey of this state and our nation in whatever way I can. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve Nagaland. This career has been more than a livelihood. It has been a life of meaning, and that in itself is a blessing few are fortunate enough to receive. I only hope and pray, and this is also my advice to all of you, the kind of support, cooperation and the hard work you have displayed while I was at the helm, please continue that spirit and provide the same support, cooperation and hard work to my worthy successor, so that the dream of Nagaland as one of the best states in the country will be achieved sooner than later. So thank you, dear colleagues and friends. You have given me more than I could ever repay. May your work remain inspired and your service to the people of Nagaland unwavering and true. Last but not the least, I wish to express my gratitude and sincere appreciation to the media fraternity. Their work often comes with personal sacrifices, and I take this moment to acknowledge their dedication, integrity and positive contributions. Friends, one of our service associations recited a poem and she spoke many good words about me. However, those were the sentiments that were being expressed from her side, from the side of people who are gathered here. How do I feel? I wanted to convey through a poem, and it is not in English, so please bear with me. It's in Hindi, Urdu, so of course I have got the translation. If some of you are interested, I'll read out the translation also. The name of the poem is Alvida, means farewell. So it goes like this. गर्चे ये दुनिया हमेशा से यूं ही रंगीन है. This world has always been colorful. जोश के हैं वलवले, ये जिंदगी हसीन है. There is enthusiasm everywhere and life is beautiful. लेकिन तबस्सुम सामने अंदर कहीं तहज़ीन है. किस लिए बोझिल हुआ क्यों आज दिल गमगीन है. I am smiling, but there is some sadness in my heart. I don't know why I am feeling heavy in my heart and why I am feeling sad. खूबसूरत इस फ़ज़ा पर गम की बदली छा गई. आज तुमसे अलविदा कहने की मंजिल आ गई. The time has come to say farewell to you. अलविदा ए कोहिमा, मैंने वतन माना तुझे. O Kohima, I considered you my native place. अलविदा ए कोहिमा, मैंने वतन माना तुझे. हाय सद अफसोस के वक्ते सफ़र जाना तुझे. I came to know your true worth when I am leaving. है बहुत मुश्किल यहाँ से छोड़ के जाना तुझे. जिंदगी की हर कहानी में है अमाना तुझे. In every story of my life, you will be there. जानते हैं वक्त नागालैंड का भी आएगा. I know the good times will come for Nagaland. आज जो बुनियाद है कल वो महल हो जाएगा. What is a foundation today will become a skyscraper. कौन थे वो अव्वलीन मजदूर पूछा जाएगा. Who were the first builders who built Nagaland? खास मेमारों में शायद अपना भी नाम आएगा. Maybe my name will figure in one of the builders. मुतमई दिल हो गया जब आ गई ये आ गई. आज तुमसे अलविदा कहने की मंजिल आ गई. ऐ दिले अफसुर्दा अब तकदीर का मातम न कर, डोंट मोर, सरजमीने कोहिमा को छोड़ने का गम न कर। हम मिले या ना मिलेंगे फैसले बाहम न कर, फिर पुकारेगी जमीन उम्मीद अपनी कम न कर। दिस लैंड विल कॉल यू बैक। अलविदा है दोस्तों, तुम याद आओगे हमें, जानते हैं कुछ दिनों में भूल जाओगे हमें। हर तरह के हाल में तुम साथ पाओगे हमें, दौड़ कर आ जाएंगे जब भी बुलाओगे हमें। लाख ये चाहा कि टल जाए मगर लो आ गई, आज तुमसे अलविदा कहने की मंजिल आ गई। थैंक यू।